As the first day of Star Wars Celebration draws to a close, there have been many new announcements. But perhaps the one announcement that got the fans buzzing the most, and for good reason, is none other than the return of Darth Maul in the newly animated Star Wars series, Maul, Shadow Lord. Yup, the legendary Sith is back, and the hype surrounding his return is already through the roof. While many details are still limited, as it was only announced yesterday after all, we've already gotten enough to start painting out a pretty exciting picture. Unfortunately, I was not at the panel myself, so I did not get to see the exclusive trailer. But what has been shared publicly and leaked from attendees tells us a lot about where this series is heading. And trust me, it's looking like one of the most ambitious shows yet. So, without further ado, let's break it down. This series, yes, I said series, is going to be produced by Athena Portillo, a name familiar to the Clone Wars and Rebels fans. And the voice actor for Darth Maul, Sam Witwer, is also returning, bringing back all the intensity and nuance we've come to expect with his performances. This story is set roughly 1 year after the events of the Clone Wars, placing it in the chaotic aftermath of Order 66. At this point in the timeline, Maul has been knocked down, defeated by Ahsoka, and barely managed to escape the carnage of the Jedi Purge, but he is far from out. In fact, according to Witwer himself, Shadow Lord will explore Maul's struggle to rise once more. The show aims to deepen his character, expanding his story with new elements that not only feel fresh, but deeply rooted in his trauma, rage, and ambition that define him. It's a rebuilding arc, if you will, not only for his power, but it's the slow, sinister reformation of his criminal empire, the Crimson Dawn. And that brings me to one of the show's most exciting narrative threads. Shadow Lord will reportedly focus on Maul as he begins to grow the Crimson Order, taking it to the galactic threat we saw in Solo, a Star Wars story. This story will primarily take place in a region outside of the Empire's immediate control, primarily on an unknown planet that is outside of Imperial jurisdiction, where Maul rebuilds the criminal empire, giving Maul the space he needs to operate in the shadows, laying the groundwork for the power moves he'll make later on in Rebels. Now, this isn't just a one-season story. This will be a multi-season series, as it is a connective tissue for one of Star Wars' most compelling villains. Visually, the show is stepping into bold new territories. Instead of the traditional Clone Wars animation style, Maul Shadow Lord will feature a different aesthetic entirely. Early descriptions compare the animation to Japanese moving artwork, with some even likening it to the stylized look of Vision's Season 2, particularly Episode 1. If that's true, we are in for a visually stunning, almost mythic approach to Maul's journey. Now, let's talk action. This show is going to deliver. Attendees at the panel were treated to an insane trailer that reportedly included Maul locked in combat, and apparently he also is in a fight against an Inquisitor named Marok, who we later see in the Ahsoka series. It seems Maul's reputation as a shadowy force is growing. As we know, many of the Inquisitors in the Rebel series already fear him, and that fear is well earned, as it's no surprise that he's earned the moniker The Shadow, a title that seems very fitting for the show's name. But perhaps the most intriguing development, and the one that everybody is most hyped for, especially longtime fans of the EU, is the reintroduction of a Star Wars character, Darth Talon. As we know, Maul will be taking on a Force-sensitive Twi'lek apprentice, as multiple reports say that Maul is seen training with a young, mysterious warrior who he takes on as his apprentice, who is a Twi'lek. While it is not confirmed, many speculate this could be Darth Talon, a fan-favorite Sith who was originally planned to appear in George Lucas's unmade sequel trilogy. According to reports, Maul takes on this apprentice under his wing after receiving a vision that she may help him extract his long-awaited revenge, specifically against one man, Obi-Wan Kenobi. And to see her return as Maul's apprentice for the show is very interesting to me alongside many others, as it opens the door for so many new Star Wars characters that have long been considered legends. The show's release date hasn't been pinned down with precision, but current reports place it in the 2026. And as I've mentioned, Maul Shadow Lord may have been designed as a multi-season series, and if that's true, this will mark as the first long-form Star Wars project centered around a villain as the main protagonist. With its gritty tone, dark themes, and unique animation style, Maul, the Shadow Lord, is shaping up to be something truly special. Whether you're a diehard fan of the character or a lover of the dark side, or perhaps somebody who simply is here for a good lightsaber duel, this series looks like it'll have something for everyone. And for many fans of the EU, Maul's new apprentice might just be the comeback you've been waiting for. Also, sorry if I sound sick, I currently have no voice. And with that, my fellow Star Wars nerds, may the Force be with you.